Brr. Lord. Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's a stud. I don't know how I just made that shot. I had to shoot through so much brush. I don't know how my hero made it through there. It looks like I absolutely drilled him. Oh my gosh. That was a stud. That was the buck I saw in here yesterday. Chasing a couple does around. He never gave me a shot. He stayed at about 60 yards the whole time. I just looked up and he's coming straight for me. And he cut to the right. So I ranged it real quick. It was like 25 yards. Cutting through some thick brush. I had my pin on him for about 10 seconds. Trying to find a little opening, and I released my arrow and it looked like it drilled him. Pretty sure I saw blood coming at him as he was running. Oh my gosh. That looked like a stud. Nice white horns. Dude, Kurt. Dude, I'm pretty sure I just saw lung blood shooting out of the side of him as he's running away. Dude, freaking stud, Kurt. Nice wide, white horned. Looked like an 8 or 10 point. It's been about 15-20 minutes since the shot. Just reviewed the film a little bit. It's kind of hard to tell where I hit him because my luminoc didn't light up, unfortunately. So I just got off the phone with my brother. I think I'm gonna climb down and try to check and see if I can find my arrow. Check and see if I could find any blood. It looked like I could see some blood as he was running away, so hopefully double lunged him. Hopefully he's not far. I think I might have heard him crash too, so feeling pretty good about it. Had a tough year when it comes to hitting deer, shooting deer, whatever. I've had some horrible angled shots, some bad luck with that. I've hit a few deer this year that never was able to recover. I shot a nice buck earlier in the year, so I'm pretty lucky there. We have 3 tags here in Texas, so I'm very fortunate for that. I just want to show you guys from my angle what I had to shoot through. Deer came from this trail down here, cut to my left, and he came through that thick stuff right there. I had to shoot through all these branches and this trees. He was standing there in the middle, about 26-27 yards. Fed my arrow through there. I believe I hit a branch. It sounded like I hit something before it hit the deer, but like I said, my luminoc didn't light up, so I don't know exactly where I hit him, but it looked like there was some blood coming out of him when he was running. This is where the deer was standing, right here. I can already see blood up there on the trees splattering. So if you pan over, you can see my stand over there. And I had to shoot through those branches of that tree. Let's go check out the blood. blood trail's looking good already. We're only about 10 yards from the shot. As you can see on the tree right there, looks like he's squirting out pretty good, so it looks like a lung shot, hopefully. Got the ridge chisel tips on there. I switched it up this year. I had some bad luck earlier in the season with some rages, so I went back to the old chisel tips, and so far they look like they're doing its job. Looks like I got about half of my arrow into him. The front part of it broke off. Looks like some lung blood. There's a little bit of bubbles in it. So we just looked up and the following looked like little specks of blood. He was clotting after about 100 yards. And I looked up and I seen a bunch of vultures over here, so I came down into the creek bed and looked down, and he looked like he just opened right up. So we can see the blood trail going the whole way down to where these vultures were. A lot of pressure. There he is right there. He's a stud. Vultures got to him. That's a stud. That's that buck I saw in here yesterday. Yep. Nice white horns. He's got real good mass. Look at that. That just shows you how tough those deer are. Double lunged him right behind the shoulder, and he ran probably 250 yards. Here he is, guys. It's a good buck. It's the buck I saw in here yesterday, chasing a couple does. He's got a good little spread on him. He's got some mass to him, actually, on his left side. I found some sheds in here last year along this creek, and I think I found one of his sides in here. It's about the same general area to where he's been running. Looks like he's a 3-year-old. He's got a good body on him. His neck's starting to swell up a little bit. South Texas doesn't rut until about the middle of December, so they're about to come in here. It's December the 12th today, so they're definitely showing their rut activities. I saw him chasing a doe in here yesterday, so I'm happy with him. This is my second buck of the year here in Texas. My 4th year down here, but it's really the first year I've got into archery hunting specifically. I found some property that has some good deer on it. I was lucky enough to shoot 2 deer this year. I've had a tough year when it comes to recovering deer though, because I've shot a few more deer this year and I wasn't able to recover them. I made a few decent shots on them, but just the angles and the penetration I got with my arrow just wasn't adding up right. So happy to recover this one. He bled for about 100 yards and then looked like he just started to clot up a little bit, so we were kind of iffy on the hit, thinking about going back to the house and reviewing the footage, but it's getting warm, so we didn't want him to expire and then have the meat go bad. So we were following the blood pretty much on our hands and knees, and then all of a sudden I decided to get up and come check this creek bed, and I saw a bunch of vultures down here, so I figured it had to be him. Came down here and he was laying right here along the creek bed, and the funny thing is, before he died, he opened up and there was a good blood trail along the creek back there. So he clotted, and then he must have busted out his clot or something, but he just shows you how tough these deer are, man. I 10-ringed him right behind the shoulder. It looked like I got double lungs and maybe even heart, and he still ran a good 200, 300 yards. So if you think you hit a good shot like that, just make sure you stay on him, and it definitely helped that I left the blood trail and came down here where I thought he ran to, and he was laying right where I thought he'd be. So I'm happy. This is my second buck here. I got 1 tag left in Texas, so good thing about Texas is you get 3 buck tags. Alright guys, we just got him drug up and back to the house. We're about to quarter him up here in the garage, but just want to
say thank you guys for following us along on our journey here at Ridge Rays. We've had a pretty good season. I know some of it's over Pennsylvania, but Texas, we got another couple weeks left, so, and I have 1 tag, so hopefully we can fill that one as well. We've been very blessed this year, so we just appreciate you guys following us and sharing all of our stuff.